We all set out to save the world at first, then we realized the world revolves around money. Nothing happens without money. Lots of it.
Like the money that goes to pay your overstuffed six-figure salary? How many of the underprivileged does your beach house in Boca Raton help?
Stephanie swallowed back her retort. Not the best way to get the job.
Yes, sir.
You're angling for a full-time position.
I won't deny a little job security would be nice, sir. But it's about more than that. This project is important to me.
He watched her shrewdly. She could practically time his silences at this point. 15 seconds meant he was trying to keep the advantage over a subordinate. 20 seconds meant he was angry and making a point. Anything longer than that, and he wasn't even listening. These games were exhausting, but she'd learned to wait him out. Finally, Rogers said, "Do you know how I earned my position, Stephanie?" He didn't wait for her to answer. He usually didn't. "By trusting my gut. It's never steered me wrong. My gut is telling me you might be worth a chance. I'll give you one shot at the Wayland project."
He pinned her with a sharp look.
One.
Stephanie suppressed a grin. "Thank you, sir. I won't let you down."
He picked up the folder and leafed through it, then tossed it back onto the desk. "But your list of investors is useless. Mr. Wheeler from Wheeler Enterprises will be in to discuss investment opportunities this afternoon. Impress him, and you've got the job."
Stephanie curled her hands into fists before she did something unprofessional, like trying to raise the roof or high-five her boss. She settled for a smile. "Of course, sir. I'll be at my best."
"See that you are."
He handed the file back.
"Or you'll be finding a new job sooner than you think."
Yes. Understood, sir." She grabbed the folder and offered her hand. "Thank you." He shook her hand with a careful, almost dainty touch, then dug in his desk until he unearthed a bottle of hand sanitizer. She had to bite back a nervous laugh. Here she was in an impeccable Calvin Klein dress suit, and he was trying to scrub off her cooties after a simple handshake.
"You're welcome. You may go now,"
Mr. Rogers said. He picked up his phone and started dialing. She'd been dismissed. She left the room with as much calm dignity as she could manage, made her way to her tiny cubicle, then sank into her seat. She wanted to do a happy dance, but not with so many prying eyes around. She couldn't even call her brother to squeal in his ear. But that's what texts were for. "Aaron, guess what? I landed the project! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I'm meeting with an investor today! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point." Her phone buzzed within less than a minute.
"It should be criminal for a grown woman to use that many exclamation points. We'll talk at lunch. The department head will skewer me for using FBI equipment for personal texts. Stop using this number."
She fought back a giggle. Giggling. God, she really was giddy. "If you'd answer your normal phone, I wouldn't have to, Mr. Super Spy." He didn't answer. She didn't expect him to, but she couldn't help grinning to herself as she stashed her phone in her purse and spun back to her laptop. Time to do a little digging. She only had a few hours to get as much intel on Mr. Wheeler as possible, and since she doubted Aaron would humor his little sister and fork over Wheeler's FBI file, Google would have to do. She couldn't afford to fail. Not for her own sake, or for the thousands of low-income Miami residents who couldn't afford decent health care. They needed access to doctors, vaccines, antibiotics, and she would get it for them. Her parents had been poor. They had struggled for years to care for her and her 3 brothers. They'd missed doctor's visits, sacrificed their personal lives, given up every minute of their lives and every single penny for their children, with not a cent to spare. Yet they'd been happy. They'd always been happy. In their quiet little world that revolved around everything but Mr. Rogers' all-important money. Stephanie's brothers, with the exception of Ben, still in college, did everything they could to repay them. They sent back money. They bought their parents everything they might need.